Today's tale sees us playing BattleTech once again, and today we're up against Jabu again. Not too many in the queue, so we are facing kind of similar opponents here, and I'm going to need to get a wriggle on in a second. I think what we're going to do, I'm going to have to go down this way with you guys. I want to kind of cut off over the other side. Man, you cannot jump far, but you'll try your best, Showboat. We'll get you down here, and the fire starter over here as well. So what I have here is I've got an Atlas. I love an Atlas. It's got to be one of my favorite mechs. I mean, the thing looks so munty and brutal. It's just not even funny, right? He looks like he's out to destroy the world. So we've got an Atlas, we've got a Kintaro, we've got a fire starter, and we've got a Panther. So the kind of basic idea is maybe the Panther will get some sensor locks. We'll be able to drop some LRM-20s into things, and then we might be able to do some other work. I mean, we've got an LRM-5. It's not really an LRM loadout. I just really wanted to take an awesome, and it's kind of hard to even out your loadout with an awesome because it just sucks up so much points that you end up having to have sort of a weaker lower end, which is what we've got here. Probably going to push the Panther continually forward. I just want to make sure that there's no shenanigans going on over here, and if there is, that I catch it early on. We'll put the fire starter on this side so we can move our lights. We've got two lights in the form of the Panther and the fire starter, so we can move them around pretty easily. We'll probably keep moving up. I'd say he's going for this side, but just in case, we'll sort of try and dominate the middle with the Atlas. It'll be a bit sketchy if I get engaged, because we are really spread out. If he's some sort of bum rush fit, then it's not going to be nice, because I'm going to have to regroup here and pick a battle site. I haven't really picked a battle site. If he's going this side, it's normally always here. If it's going this side, it gets a little bit funky, because all you really have is this, and you don't have really the greatest angles from down here. It's all downhill. You've got this kind of area, but once again, it's all sort of garbage, right? You're all below hill. If he's going over here, he gets to shoot the high ground, which gives a plus modifier. So it's actually better for most players on this side to go this way, just so that they can see what is going on. Max sprint up here. I just want to get a sensor lock, and then I can scoot him back out. Okay, it doesn't look like we've got anything on that side. We'll keep you jumping forward. We'll see if we can't ping something on this side. Once we do grab a hold of something, we can sort of move back, but for now, I think we'll just park fairly much. I actually like this square here a little bit better. This one on the side feels a little too exposed. So we'll take here Mr. Atlas. You can probably just park yourself behind this hill while we try and hunt ourselves down a Jabu. Is it Jabu or Jabu? I don't know. My pronunciation is terrible. I don't know why. It's not like I, didn't go to school for a billion years and then go to more school for another billion years. I have to take blooming communication papers, and here we are, pronouncing names terribly. If you've ever seen any of my other series, you know that I really suck at names. I think I called Domina for like forever, and pretty much made people fairly ragey. So there's always that. You can always count on me to mispronounce something and give it some sort of terrible name. Trebuchets always used to be trencher butts for me. I don't know why. Like when I was growing up, learning about the famous trebuchet, I always used to be like, yo, it's a trencher butt. People would be like, what? The trencher butt. Nope, don't know about trencher butt. Well, what do you know about? Sprint up here. We can then sprint all the way back if we need to. Or we can even jump a fair distance. Alright, so we got an awesome. We got a Victor, so he's going to want to jump with that. Alright, so he's parking himself up in that middle area. He's going to be bogged down, so we'll kind of move things quickly back. We won't have sensor lock for a while. Can we actually sprint a little bit better than that? We can. So we'll get into that dust bowl down there. Probably move the Atlas up. So the main target we're going to want here is probably the Victor. We don't know what his mediums and lights are. It's probably going to be, if he's got a Victor and awesome, it's probably going to be 2 lights. Actually, he managed to squeeze in a medium. A Vindicator? Surely you didn't manage to squeeze in a decent medium. Oh, the Vindicator. Oh my god, I was about to undersell the Vindicator. The Vindicator is a decent medium. It's, you know, it's a well-rounded package. Got fairly decent armor, fairly cheap. It's only 4.4 mil. Comes with a PPC, comes with an LRM, comes with some lasers. You know, it's not a bad boat. Not a bad boat. Well, we know where he is, so we are just going to skedaddle out of here, I think. We will jump, because that will get us the biggest distance here. In fact, you know what? We're going to move Showboat first, because it'll probably go into his movement phase. If I do that. Showboat, can you get a little bit further than this? You cannot, so we'll probably just sprint you here. Get you over there, then we'll jump back with this mech so that we retain, so that when we go back into movement phases, we are a little bit closer. You, sir, can just jump out. Reface. We have no idea what else he has just yet, at least. Does the Victor run hot? I can't remember if the Victor runs hot. I know it's got an AC 20, which is always a little scary. Always scary to get hit by an AC 20, especially when it can shear off probably the head from... it'll kill Paradise in 1 hit. It'll kill the Panther, Showboat, in 1 hit as well if we hit a head. Where are these contacts? Over here. Alright, Kintaro. Wow, actually that's not bad. An awesome, a Victor, and a Kintaro. That is not bad at all. Alright. I suppose we might want to gang up on the Kintaro for all we're worth. I think what we're going to do is we're going to have to reserve down some phases here. Just so that we can be certain of what's going on. That Kintaro could actually... We've got to be careful. We do not want the Atlas to get knocked down. So the Victor could come in, death him above, and then the Kintaro could just shoot us over. We don't have a lot of stability going on this guy. So we're going to reserve in here. And we'll get down to that that last phase. He's probably not going to want to push anything at all, really. We'll bring our Firestarter around to the back here. He just needs to sit ready to jump on things. He's got a fair whack of a jump range, so if he does come in too close with this, we'll try and knock it down. An Urban. Alright. An Urban. Okay, the Urban's going for a sensor lock. Alright, good for him. He's probably going to drop an LRM-5 in. Or he could actually just come in for the knock. With this guy, he could move in and shoot if he wants to. I think we'll reserve up. This could be a missile boat. Awesome. I've forgotten what version has missiles. So he'll reserve, we reserve. It's our start last. I'm down for that. He could have his turn. At which point, even if I reserve, he then gets a turn before us. So the Awesome might take... The Atlas might take a bit, actually. Alright. The Atlas is going to take a bit. Atlas is actually going to get done in here then. Because we are going to have a bad old day. So we're going to jump forward probably this way. We got to get not too close to that Kintaro. Do we need to jump? We could just walk. You know what? Jumping's always fun, right? We could probably jump back this way, actually. Over here gives us trees. That's fine. Max move. We'll lock this guy over here. Because he did not move. He's probably got entrenched now, though. Did he bulwark up? He did not. Alright. I thought for a sec that he had, but I guess not. We're going to have to sprint you over. Because there's not much going on this phase. This guy's going to take a bunch of damage, though. Which is unfortunate, because we are pretty much exposed here. Interesting. Really? What can we fire from here? Just LRMs, right? 2 turns to get round. What do we get? 60 to hit with LRM 5s. We'll still be moving this way, though. You know what? Let's do it. In you go, Sumo. Drop some LRM 5s back. I'd like to take down the Kintaro. I consider that a high priority target here. Because I do not like it at all. So it's going to be his turn. He's probably going to drop a bunch of LRM 5s from that awesome. We'll get our own Atlas into these trees, hopefully. We can move just far enough for that. I'm praying. I could consider the possibility of a brace if we can't get to those trees. I don't really want to be taking a mass load of LRM fire every turn. Although Ozone actually could just tank from here, right? That is the other option. It's a shame we got exposed out here to a sensor lock from this urban. I could even sensor lock back the urban and drop LRM 20s on it and maybe crush it down, but I think I just want to go for early damage on the Kintaro. Alright, he's moving the Victor first. I would have probably have done, if it's an LRM PC boat, PPC boat, he's getting into range to drop us though, I think. Alright, we can move here. Thing is I could just bulwark, which might be better. If he jumps us, we've got these guys to sort of help out. But we only have an LRM 20. If I moved into these trees, we still only have an LRM 20. Might just tank from here then. I'd say he's going to jump over with his Victor. And then try and do some work. I'm a little scared of just being here in case... The awesome was about here. I guess if it gets to here, it might be able to PPC us. Alright, let's do it from here. Let's go. Alright. Not too unhappy with that move. Maybe I'll be unhappy when when 3 PPCs come out of nowhere. We could, if he gets some sort of direct fire from over here, we might have to shift the awesome over here. I mean, the Atlas. Okay, he's coming around with the Q on this side. Must be PPCs, right? If he didn't fire with it, it's probably PPCs, so I guess we shift this way. And try and defend ourselves against it. I have said this before, I really should print out the standard guides for some of these things. And what weapons they come with. Would you really high ground right there? I would probably have stuck myself behind here. Looks like he is going to continue to go on the Atlas. I don't know. The urban's probably not worth. We'll see if he wants to reserve again or if he wants to fire. It'd be kind of crazy if you fired, but not too much. I guess because you're doing LRM 5s, I'm doing LRM 20s. We might reserve down to the last phase though, just so that we can get our Atlas going. And see what is happening. We might move our Atlas into these trees here and then embrace. Are you really coming in with that? he fires, we know it hasn't moved far enough. Alright. It's firing. It's a firing. We'll probably shift this way then. I'm fairly happy for that to happen. You know what? We're just going to reserve down to the last phase here. We'll make him move all of these mechs at once. Because I don't really want this thing jumping over and shooting if I can defend against it. If it does jump, fire, we'll probably jump with this onto the back of it. And we'll try and gouge it up with everything we've got. If it doesn't jump, then we will just sort of move some other things. I'd say he's going to get some direct fire with that awesome in a sec. Yeah, here we go. PPCs. Boom, boom, boom. Alright, so we're going to have to keep shifting this way. I'm okay with that. So let's go, sir. Let's move you behind here. We'll sensor lock this guy. Keep on this Kentaro. Our Atlas is tanking a fair chunk of damage, which is a little unfortunate. But, I guess that's what he's there for, right? He's there to tank. Tank and gank. So I guess we move all the way as far as we can and hope we can maybe fire some weapons here with the Atlas. We want to keep that awesome sort of off us as much as possible. He could probably move this guy here and shoot as well. We will relocate everything this way and keep Mr. Awesome just trucking along. I would have probably... If I could have, I might have sensor locked the Kentaro. I guess you're scared it's going to run. Damn, we're going to take a lot of damage from this guy, though. Alright, he is coming in hot. I don't think we can quite jump that far. So we might have to ignore this guy for a sec. Because that evasion will be way too much for us. He is cooking hot, though. So, Paradise. You cannot do it. We could jump here and flamethrower him though. We might do that. Although he's got a lot of evasion, we're not going to hit, right? So there's no real point in going deep if we don't have to. We can get LRMs onto you. Alright, so first up is going to be you, buddy. You're going to have to just keep on trucking here. And then we can get the fire starter. So we'll have a turn of gouging this guy, actually. Let's drop some LRMs on the back here. This was probably not the greatest of moves, because we're now going to get a decent turn of firing, right? So you, sir, can move here. 65. We're not all that abused. He'll have to keep moving with that awesome. I'm a little upset that obviously we're losing the entrench, but we will take the trees. So we'll fire the LRMs onto you again. And then we're going to get you into range to do some havoc, my friend. Wreak some havoc. We'll get you into these trees. Probably up here. Yes, Commander. So the next turn's move is going to be jump on this with one of our lights. And then maybe if we have to, do the Panther as well. Anything and everything we can do to get this guy hurting. He could go for our fire starter here. We've got a fair bit of evasion. Nope, he's gonna gang up on the Atlas. Okay, the Atlas is a little rolled here. Good to go. So I think first up, we're gonna jump you in, right? And we can jump in. How much has he got on the back? He's got 40, so we do... what's on this arm? AC-20. I'd rather go for the AC-20 side. This is a little shifty. I mean, we're not gaining all that much. We've got to hope for a knock here, or at least enough to get him no evasion. Or maybe even some heat to shut him down. There we go. He's lost his evasion. We might shut him down. Ooh, some heat damage. The main thing is that evasion is now gone. We'll get you up on this hill. We can fire everything down onto this guy. He is pretty hot. He's going to have to go for a swing on probably our fire starter, but if we can sort of just abuse him up, then things will be really sketchy for him. Ooh, we might even knock him. Actually, we are going to knock him. And then we get to fire in. He might come for the punch here to try and get us down. We could probably rip some legs off this thing. The Victor's a nice mech though. It's fairly tanky. He does have an urban mech, I suppose, which will lend us some help here. So it's his turn, my turn, his turn. So he gets to get up before we can fire, which is, I guess, a little bit of a shame. That is at least the bonus of him having two assaults. I'd say he's going to come in for a punch. Strip down the last of... Oh no, he's not. Is he going to try and knock us? Ooh, he's going in on that fire starter. Alright. You're better off punching. At least the first go. Because you might be able to get rid of some of that evasion. We'll come in fairly close here and try and smush this guy. We could even put something... No, we'll go straight in. Keep twisted as much as we can here. We'll probably... Actually, we'll go in with everything but the... And you know what? We'll even go with the LRMs. We got 50% to hit with them. Center torso, leg. Let's try for this leg. How much armor does he have? He has 140. I mean, we do a fair bit of damage. We don't do that kind of damage, though. Alright, let's just spread it all out on that torso. Maybe if we get lucky. You know what? That leg has got too much internals anyway. It's probably not worth expending everything on that. And then it's his turn. So he gets to get this thing up. It's fairly hot, though. I would get up and probably punch this. Awesome, then can then go on this with everything it's got. He really wants to clear that fire starter as quick and as fast as he can. At least his Kantaro is pretty hot, so there's not too much going on there. We didn't really do a lot of damage, as much damage as I would have liked to this thing. He might even run it out. You could run it out and try to save it. Then I guess I go on the Kantaro. He's going to back up and shoot. No, he can't shoot, right? Alright. So we're kind of left with the hard move here. We could just keep shifting away from that awesome, since he is now wedged on that hill. So we'll probably just move in here and fire on the Kantaro. We're not going to try and blow too much heat. How much? You've got no evasion. You have no evasion, my friend. It's a lot of heat, though. But we could remove this guy. It's not the greatest of hit chances, though, is it? Whereas this guy, well, it's even worse. What we might do is we might ease up with some of this weaponry here. Probably hold on to the AC-20. Oh, you know what? If we hit with the AC-20, it will kill him. We will have another turn of firing. We'll probably turn off the LRMs. Alright, let's fire. Alright, AC-20 into the wind. Melt a little bit off this guy. Ooh, not much though. So we've got another round of firing with this guy at least. The fire starter's going to have to jump on this guy. Try and knock some evasion off that. Or we could get the fire starter out. We might pull the fire starter out. Probably put him back here somewhere. Or we could even... I'm tempted to burn this guy. We could sensor lock. Oh, he's really going for that fire starter, isn't he? Really going on. Oh, no. Okay. So we can sensor lock this and then fire at it.
Waiting for orders.
And we might be able to get some heat off that thing. Or we could even fire into this. Probably not worth there. We might just sensor lock this guy. He might do a death from above with this thing, which would be kind of a good idea. Is it worth sensor locking? Or do I go with Paradise now? I probably go with Paradise now, right? How's your legs, buddy? Your legs are pretty mangled. Which arm has the... It's this side that has the SRM. We'll probably keep at least a little forward facing here. We'll use our flamethrower again. It's not the greatest of hit chances. I could have cleared some off it. But, we'll do what we can for now. So he's kind of cooking. We have no evasion here, though. This guy is a fairly free shot, though. So we could probably put a round into the side of him. He might run this mech back out. I would probably death from above onto this. You could sensor lock it. Remove all the last of its evasion. Alright. I'm hanging tight though. Showboat. Get that Kentaro. With everything you've got. We might even knock it here if we're lucky. Which would be amazing. To the leg. To the torso. 2, 3 hits. Knockdown. Excellent. So now we just have to kind of blow this thing up. With our other Kentaro. It won't happen again though. But at least most of his mechs are kind of half rummaged.
Yeah, what can I do you for?
So we can actually just sit here and fire, which I would probably prefer. Try and rip off, I think. Could just go for this again. We'll probably turn off our LRMs here. Ease up with some of this. We don't want to shut down, but we will go for the overheat though. Let's get him while he's down. He probably won't give us another chance while he's down.
Oh, that looked like it hurt. It's so hot in here. I'm gonna puke.
I didn't even see I was typing. I was just telling him that death from above. He was saying that knockdowns are the worst. And yeah, death from above's pretty screwed up at the moment, right? He's probably going to unleash on... Oh, he can't really. You could go for the punch, though. We're a little hot here. Is he going to back this thing up? He's going for the punch. Fair enough. Oh, that sucks. A miss. Alright, and then it's our turn, right? So we can now probably unleash on the side of this guy. He has refaced, though. So we are firing into probably the stronger side here. We're going to turn off our own LRMs because we don't want to overheat. We'll lob the AC into this. I mean, we've got a fairly good chance to hit that torso there. We'll fire in probably this. We might ease off some of these lasers. What do we need? We need 2 hits to that torso. Let's heat up a bit. I think it's probably worth us killing this guy, actually. Right now. Even if we don't kill him, at least he'll be badly damaged. Alright, there he goes. There he goes. We are super hot on everyone now, so you probably want to just... He's going to kill off the fire starter. There's no way that's surviving. This trash can of a urban mech is at least exposed, so we will get to go in on that. That victim might get some revenge here. Luckily, most of our mechs are... Boom, he's dead. That's an AC-20. Right to the chest.
Hey, we're getting our asses kicked.
We might have to take a turn just to sort of cool down on most of my mechs. So we might just move and brace somewhere. Just try and keep that awesome away from us. I guess we'll probably move and brace over this direction. Just to get some heat back on most of my mechs. Which is not too bad. He'll keep this thing moving around. He's still got a lot of armor to go. So we'll probably try and clear off this. We know the victor at least is hurting. So we just got to get on that dude as well somehow. Well, I don't mind that. I traded the fire starter for a fair bit of damage on the victor and a Kentaro. Meanwhile, our awesome... He's got to be careful. I mean, he's probably got most of his heat back on this thing back here. Our awesome, our Atlas. I don't think he's got vision. I hope not, anyway. So what we're going to do is I think we're going to move everybody away now. Some explosions over there.
Waiting for orders.
Let's see, we'll move you here.
Affirmative.
We'll brace up. We'll move these two around here as far as we can. He's probably going to get a firing solution with that awesome. But we just need some time for the Atlas and the Kentaro to gather steam again. You know, they got to get ready to not get blasted away. He could push in with his urban now. And get some vision and shoot. We are at least braced for this. So we got that going for us. But man, I love... Oh, actually, he doesn't even need to move. Okay. Alright, so at least our armor's still kind of holding. There's an AC-20 though. And a bunch of PPCs.
Right here.
Which will do some work. So it looks like I have to sprint you to get around here. He could jump for this, which is the scary thing. We might just have to move and brace. Or we could even stick you in the front, actually. Which would be even funnier. Although I really don't want to be taking shots from that. At least not in its current position, right? So we might just move here. He's going to get to shoot anyway.
You got it.
We are cooking. So we're going to have to just ease up a tad. So we know this guy didn't move. This could be the one that doesn't take any has brace though. Has a bulwark. I'd move probably the awesome first. Fire. He's coming around with the victor. Alright. That's a wee bit awkward. I wonder if he's trying to get in for a death from above with that mech. We reverse here. I gotta be careful with the way I face my armor. Could even move in here and go something like this. Forces him to come around a bit more with that awesome. He is really concerned about his victor here, but the victor obviously is fairly well equipped for this. Alright, we're gonna move out of these trees and into here. He could death from above, probably towards the back. At least this guy now has to come out a bit more. We'll hug the side of this hill for all we're worth. I'd say this guy's got to run or sprint at least. So I'm fine with that. Oh, damn. Alright. Alright, looks like he had the upper hand there. I think we just reserve down. And go all at once. I really probably want to get rid of this urban so that it could stop doing its 60 or 30 damage that it's doing. It's kind of half mangled, so if we can maybe get some vision, we can destroy it. It's probably giving most of his mechs vision. He could... I would probably back it up. I would probably back that thing up and try to... Oh, oof, bleeding armor everywhere. Alright, I would have definitely have backed that up, I think.
Commander?
We might just jump onto this stuff here. Do we? Yeah, if I jump here, can I get vision? I cannot. Alright. We'll probably jump here and see if he maybe wants to go for the Panther instead. It will be a really hard target to hit. So it'll have a fair bit of evasion and a on the mineral field as well.
Something I can do.
It'll have the mineral field as well to protect it there. We'll probably move forward, try and get rid of this urban a little. Damn, where can we rotate? Like so. Or we could move straight in. It's a little scary though. We haven't taken any damage on the Kintaro, so it might be worth the risk. The Victor still has its AC 20. I mean, we've got tree cover at least. We'll ease up with this. Let's see. We could... I really need to kill this thing, I think. Do I want to take the heat, though? Probably not. We just want... Because the heat will also add to our firing again on the next turn. So if we can just rummage this guy up a little, and then hopefully the Atlas can rummage him up a bit more. The Victor will be our next target. This Awesome can be the last target. It's got the most armor. Those PPCs can fire forever, but this AC 20 really concerns me. He's probably going to fire on the Kintaro. At least we've got a little bit of evasion going on the Kintaro. So maybe this might miss. Still going to be a fair bit of damage. Ooh, to the torso. Center torso. Alright, oh no, to the leg. Okay, not bad. Not too bad. Looks like he's going to go on the Kintaro here. Unfortunately, this thing was braced. So it did get a bit of a chance there. We'll probably move the the Atlas in. That this PPC shot is doing a fair bit of work for him. Also, that entrenchment's doing a fair bit of work as well. Do we move or do we just fire from here? I think we just fire from here, right? We are still heavily braced up. We won't fire the AC. We could put in the LRMs though. Not great chances. It's all going to be reduced by half. Do I like this or do I like going... I think we have to get rid of this urban. I mean, the AC 20... The AC 10 just needs to kind of go. Apparently, we're just going to rummage up that small laser a bit. Fortunately, he's going to take a lot of hits, right? So this guy can now shoot this. We will at least get to brace with this next turn, so we'll be able to tank a fair bit of damage there. We are going to take a lot of damage in return, though. So this will be... What are these? 37s, I think? 337s? Looks like he's coming in. He wants to go on. Is he going to split shot here? You could split shot. Alright. I was going to say you could split shot to give me harder hit chances on everything.
Good to go.
Which might have made sense. He is trying to block me off from that. I could jump up here, get a fair bit of evasion. What do we have for hitting this thing? You don't want to tell me? Alright. Do we keep going? With the Panther, hope the evasion holds out, I guess? I mean, he's got no more... let's just do it.
Got it.
Let's just do it. So we'll go in with these. I would like to split my shots, but I don't think
Everything I've got.
I don't think it'll do me a huge amount here. Man, this thing is
Critical hit.
eating the damn damage though. He tried to block off the urban here, which is an okay move. He might have to move it though to. Alright, he's jumping it back. I still have sight on it. That's cool. Actually, that's probably a worse move. You would have been better probably keeping it where it was. Because you had the brace, right? Whereas that one pip of evasion is probably not going to do you much good. We don't want to shut down, that's for sure. We will overheat. Man, we still need to do a lot more damage to this guy, but at least we will bulwark up if we fire from here. So we'll tank a bit more damage. We're going to pop an arm. He's got no evasion. He's only got 10 health left on this thing.
Come on, it's like a
Alright.
bath in here.
Just keep hassling this thing down. We can fire from here. The only scary thing is if I fire from here, we probably have no evasion. We'll probably take a truckload of damage from everything. We're going to have to move the Atlas to fire on this, I think. Or we can maybe fire LRM-20s. Maybe save some heat, I guess. To stay where we are. Probably should switch targets to the Victor. And get that off since this urban is not really worth in comparison. I might have a look at how much armor that Victor has and decide. Alright, he's going in on the Kintaro. Luckily, we got to sort of brace ourselves up for that.
Internal damage, Commander.
Well aware. Okay, he's overheating. So that's actually kind of okay for us. Let's have a look at what this guy's got. Maybe I should just change over to this. If I moved here, I can get some direct line of fire. And we can fire in most of our weapons. Probably better off doing this, right? He's super hot though. Let's go for it. I think we need to kill this guy off. We've got plenty of armor still left on the Atlas. We're in the trees. He is super exposed here. We'll turn off that. We'll fire this though. We'll overheat for this. If we land this, it'll do a fair chunk of damage. To the chest. Alright. Alright, that is some lucky RNG right there. We're overheating right here. The Awesome is still got all of its armor. We have done nothing to this Awesome. Luckily the Urban is probably one hit away from getting knocked down. So we can fire with probably Showboat and the Panther. I'm tempted to do everything. It's a shame you can't quite see a jump and a fire. What heat that would give you. Because it would be nice to know how much heat I'm going to generate by jumping and firing, which I think might be a little too much here. We are cooking on everybody. Kintaro's kind of hot. Ooh, okay, he's going to go straight through the armor here. This is going to hurt. I always find the focus kind of throws you a bit.
Okay, not good.
Oof. Alright, he's at least overheating. So there's no more of that.
Waiting for orders.
Do we just fire from here? Try and get this guy down? I think we do. We just ignore the fact that we're going to take a bunch of shots all at once. Down he goes.
Enemy down.
He can't really fire too much. So I guess we got to be careful because he'll probably come in for a punch. I'm probably just wanting to just brace here and save most of our heat. Because there's going to be no way to... I don't want to walk out there and then get punched. Because that is what would probably happen. Even if I sprinted out, right, I'd probably just get punched. Next turn, we'll probably jump you down, brace you up, get you some heat. The Atlas at least generates a fair bit of heat reduction. So even if we just walk out, we can probably just brawl with this guy. Full armor, though, versus bled off armor. I don't really want to get into a brawling match. If I don't have to. He's going to reverse up. I think he's afraid that I'm going to get the Panther down. I would probably just brace up. Reverse brace. Yep. That is fine. We'll probably just move forward and brace ourselves.
Order acknowledged.
And we'll get most of our heat back here. It's the slow trundle towards everything here. We'll jump down, I think. And we've got to be careful we don't jump too close. Because, as I said, I don't want to get punched. Everyone's way too hot here. Kentaro. Do you want to just move forward and brace up as well? Thing is the turn that he takes a shot is the turn that he loses his brace, because I'm pretty sure this is not a bulwarked awesome. We'll see in a sec though. If it is, we'll move in probably with the Atlas and try and punch it. I don't want to risk a punch to the Kentaro. He's going to keep backing up. That's actually not good for him. Because now his choices are... If this has got bulwark, right? His choices are... backing up or bulwarking. So,
Confirmed.
I think we just fire from here, right? I don't particularly want to lose the chance to not fire. We can fire in most of our stuff, my god. I don't really want to overheat that much, though. So I think we just start abusing him with the AC-20. That AC-20 generates so much heat. But it is a solid 100 damage. I mean, his armor's not going to last long against all that. He'll probably get knocked in the next turn of firing here. Because he is pretty much surrounded. Can we jump you? Man, still too close, right? We've got to... Just going to keep jumping and probably bracing. I'd probably rather just move. But, I don't want to get shot by this thing. Sumo.
Something I can do.
Sir, you are a little hot here, buddy. So you're just going to have to tank there. We'll move the Atlas forward to get some vision here. And fire again. This way we can just dump with the Kentaro, right? So next turn we can dump all of his heat. And then dump another turn with all of his heat. Maybe go for a knock. I think he's just going to keep reversing. Unless he can see. He might be able to see. If this has got a little bit more tactics than either of my mechs, then we are in a little bit of trouble. If we move, we're going to be taking a full salvo here. Alright, I think next turn he can only fire a few. Man, we are
Real good here.
getting banged up real good, actually. How
Orders.
about you just brace?
All right.
We'll get in to have a look at this guy.
Waiting for orders.
You just want to move around.
On my way.
We'll sensor lock. From here, can't see a thing without it. Pretty happy for that. And then the Kentaro can now have a go at firing. What do you want to fire him, buddy? 70s. Alright, let's go. 3 rounds of this. pretty happy with that. He's unsteady, he's taking a hit to the head, so at least he'll have a harder time shooting. Unfortunately, the Atlas is going to have a hard time shooting here. Just because it keeps getting hit by these PPCs. I could move forward, but I don't particularly want to take a bunch of rounds from PPCs unguarded and really exposed, right? It would be absolutely exposed here if I did. Oh, ouchie. Alright, I think we lost one SRM6 there. But that's not too bad. We could probably... Actually, he's come into range for most of our weapons to do solid damage, so I think we'll just sit tight. Might even score a hit. Nope, to the torso. Okay. Well, apparently we just really want to hit that cockpit. That is the second hit we have done to the cockpit, which seems a little crazy. We'll get behind this guy. Give him the old PPC and LRMs. He could turn around. He's pretty hot though, so he can't really fire too many weapons into the Panther. And in we go. Boom. To the back. The back shots aren't great, but we do get the knockdown, so he'll have a hard time shooting us. He did at least shot the Kintaro, so now the Atlas is going to have a good time shooting this. So let's go with the Kintaro here. And we will call shots to that center torso and hopefully end him. Hopefully end him here. Come on, baby. Ooh, boom. There we go. He is down. Alright, not bad, not bad. So, I suppose the hard thing about having the Atlas there is having the Awesome there is he has to always be moving to get line of sight, right? I did think about taking an Awesome. I would have probably, with my Victor, did he have Paradise? What did he have here? On the Victor, he did have Paradise. You have to not be conservative with your death from above. It is a move that you really do have to take at some point, right? You have to be like, okay, I'm going in, I'm going to take it now. He had, okay, interesting. So he had Showboat, Mockingbird for sensor locking, right? Not convinced about his use of terrain either. I know he's exposed quite a bit with that Kintaro. That Kintaro was sitting out in the middle, sort of nowhere. He didn't move it a lot. Which is a little dangerous. I mean, you've got to be, if you're sitting out there, you've got to be moving it, right? You've got to at least move and fire if you want to do that, so you get some evasion. Otherwise, you need a pilot who is probably going to bulwark for you. Showboat, do you bulwark? I can't remember if you do. Do I have Showboat? I do, so you don't bulwark, which is not great. You have evasion, right? So I'd probably put, I would have probably done this the other way around. I've probably done Mockingbird here if I wanted to do this, so that I could bulwark with this mech. And then Showboat in this one. I don't know. The Urban can sit, I think you can sit a fair distance back. I've forgotten the range of an AC-10, but you could probably just fire from a little bit out of the fog. The Awesome, of course, you have to keep moving it to keep firing. It's a lot of heat sinks. That is pretty much all heat sinks, that mech. Man, I hit it in the head. One hit away from killing the pilot. God, that would have been some RNG, right? I mean, this was already pretty RNG, just killing him in the torso here with some cold shots. Of course, he got knocked down quite a bit. The Victor, if I was going to jump in, so he jumped in and shot at close range with the Victor. I would have probably deathed him above. Instead, you do a whack load of damage with these legs, and with Paradise you take less damage back. I mean, you can see I did 2 jumps with this, right, and through 40 armor and a bit of internal structure, so he has way more leg armor than I do, right? So he'll probably still have some leg armor left. Yeah, other than that, it was a good game. Good game, W. And with that, we'll take a break. Tune in next time. More adventures of BattleTech. Hey guys, thanks again for watching. If you like what you've seen, hit that subscribe button.
or leave me a comment on anything you want to see in the future.